game is lame and absurd, but you spit. You need to sit back and observe a certified pimp. So fly. Oh yes he is. I mean that boy does the shit. He's a mess he is. Fresh to death. Ain't nobody fresh as he is. They can't compare or get next to him because he's so fly. I mean the boy's so clean. From his white tee on down to those jeans. You see the ice in the pinky.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man's Ken Jackson, and I am live coming from Fort Pierce, Florida. After the storm, Hurricane Milton is out of here, thank God. And I know if you've been watching the news, you'll know that here in Fort Pierce, it seems like we got it just as bad as Sarasota. And we're 300 miles away from direct landfall. But, man, let me tell you, yesterday, these tornadoes were out of control. Never seen anything like that before in my life. But, you know, thankfully, we survived the Kamala Harris weather machine. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that the Republicans, MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, particularly, has said that the Democrats can control the weather, and they sent these hurricanes to basically affect the election. Wow. Come on. First it was the Jewish space lasers, and now this chick is talking about Democratic weather control. I can't really understand what the hell is going on in this chick's mind. You know, it's as if I don't know why they let this woman stay in Congress. She should have been impeached or ejected or I don't know, whatever they do with congresspersons and representatives, however, whatever the process is for getting rid of them, this chick should have been gotten rid of a long time ago. So it's crazy to me that she's even still a member of Congress. But anyway, the Democratic weather control, which is a highly classified device, mind you, obviously is working because Trump is getting his ass whooped in the election. Polls have Kamala Harris slightly ahead, and so we can't get too comfortable because he could still possibly win this thing because his supporters are ridiculous. I really can't understand the support for Donald Trump. He's a failed businessman, 34-time convicted felon, and for you veterans supporting him, he called you suckers and losers. He called us suckers and losers. He's a 5-time draft dodger. Has never served anything but himself. No one in his family has ever served. But yet, this idiot wants to be the commander-in-chief again. And if for some fluke of nature he gets back into the White House, it's game over. I'm serious. I'm not, as Joe Biden would say, that's not hyperbole. But so next month we're just under a month now until election day. So please get out and vote. And I'm telling you, vote blue. I know a lot of you of my complexion feel like the Democratic Party has let you down, let us down. And don't get me wrong, they're not perfect. But y'all got to get off this third-party bullshit because that's not going to help. That's going to guarantee Donald Trump a seat back in the White House. You have to vote Kamala Walls, and we have to have an overwhelming victory at the polls. Also, though, you can't just vote for the top of the ticket. When it comes time to get these congresspersons and senators out, we have to vote down ballot. Vote blue from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Because listen, if Kamala gets into the White House as president without strong support from Congress, she's not going to be able to accomplish anything. And I want you to really think about that, because a lot of you that do vote go to the polls and you only vote for the president, and you don't think about the House of Representatives, the Senate, even your local elections. Your local elections are probably the most important. Your city, state, your regional elections, those are probably more important than the federal elections, because these are the people who are in control of the school boards, the city councils and things of that nature, and they're the ones passing rules and ordinances at the local level that somehow or another, well, not somehow or another, but they trickle up to the federal level. And then once you get these congressmen and senators on some of the local bullshit that goes on, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. That's how Roe v. Wade got overturned, because you had a lot of local legislatures supporting it, on the Republican side. There might have been a few Democrats that supported it, but not very many. That is a rare thing. And listen, I'm not for or against abortion myself. My thing is, if you don't like abortion, don't get one. Okay? If you don't like LGBTQ, don't be one. It's really simple. But women need to have the right to decide what to do with their bodies. It's none of your business. It really isn't. Because, and not only that, y'all go so hard against abortion. It's like, okay, are you gonna take in these unwanted babies? Are you gonna come let them live at your house? Are you gonna raise them? Probably not. Probably not. And then when you have these young girls who are pregnant because of rape or incest, and now currently many states across this country are forcing them to carry these babies to term. You have women out here that are literally dying because they can't get the health care that they need for necessary abortions that need to be done to save the life of a mother. So, listen, vote the entire ticket from top to bottom, from bottom to top. All right, but so anyway, like I said, the storm is out of here. Milton is out of here, and y'all seen the images. St. Lucie County caught it bad. I drove around today and saw some of these sites, the ones that we could get close to. And let me tell you, all right, it's not the worst that I've seen, because I actually worked in the Gulf Coast after Hurricane Katrina. That was absolutely the worst that I've seen in this country. But let me tell you, it's bad. It's bad. A lot of people out here suffering. A lot of people need help. Now, here's the big problem too. There is so much misinformation out there now. You got Donald Trump out here straight up lying, saying that FEMA's out of money and they're not going to have the money, to take care of the people in North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, the other places that were affected by the last hurricane that came through. And he's out there straight up lying about this one. What y'all don't understand is part of kicking the can down the road this past week when Congress passed the short-term spending bill, $200 million. I believe it was $200 million that was put into, that was designated for FEMA for disaster relief. The lie that's being told, too, is that FEMA has spent disaster relief money on immigration. Absolutely not true. And you idiots that believe this crap, listen, I got friends who believe this shit and will argue with me. Ken, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Do your research. I've done the research. I've done the work. I've worked in disaster relief. I know FEMA's on the ground doing their thing. I see them here already. Actually, they were in place prior to the storm even hitting. President Biden funded the disaster relief before the storms even got here. But the misinformation that's being out there is going to get people hurt. It may get some people killed because they're out here believing that FEMA's not out here trying to take care of them. It is a process. Many of the people that are arguing with me have never worked in a disaster relief situation. They've never experienced a disaster situation. Most of them are in states that never experienced a hurricane, absolutely, let alone anything else, really. But they got so much to say. No, FEMA has not spent all their money on immigration. In fact, the money that was spent for immigrants is a fund that was set aside by Congress specifically for immigrants. It's a totally separate program from the disaster relief program. But FEMA has plenty of money. They will have plenty of money. And if they don't, you can blame Congress because it's Congress that controls the purse. That's Civics 101. If you don't know that, you're dumber than I thought you were. I know many of you, especially many of you my age, had civics classes when we were in school. And it's really common knowledge that Congress controls the purse strings, not the president, not the vice president. The money is there. FEMA's doing the job. They're on the ground and they're helping people. But it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of volunteers. They can't get to everybody instantly at once. It takes time. There was a big controversy last week. They were saying, FEMA's only, people have lost everything that they own, and FEMA's only given $750. $750 is the initial payment given to whoever needs it for absolute essentials, for immediate essentials like diapers, baby formula, food, gasoline. It's just an initial payment that FEMA gives all the victims until they can assess the total damage. And then people need to get out and apply for all of the other funds that are available to them. And it's hard. Yes, it's absolutely hard when a lot of the infrastructure has been destroyed by a weather event or a disaster event. It's very hard. I know personally because I've lived through it. we've had several hurricanes hit us here directly in Fort Pierce some years back, and we were fucked up for a couple of months. Electricity was out, infrastructure was totally wiped out all throughout the county. It was rough, but we got through, and we went through the process of getting things taken care of that needed to be taken care of. It took time. So y'all people that's putting out all this misinformation, you need to knock off the bullshit. Straight up. Just knock it off, because you're not helping the situation. You're not helping anybody. There are people out here really suffering. In fact, the best thing you could do is either donate to some of the local charities or some of the charities in the area that are here doing work, or up in North Carolina or Georgia or wherever, you feel the need to donate to, or get your ass down there and help with the cleanup, help with the recovery. It's all hands on deck. We're Americans. We're supposed to be looking out for each other. Not being fucked up by this conspiracy theory bullshit that has this country torn apart, split right down the middle with dumb shit. It's sickening. It really is. It's sickening. And like I said, I got some friends that believe the bullshit. I'm not going to call their names out. I'm not going to single them out, but they know who they are. Knock it off. Because it serves nobody when you're putting out misinformation. Donald Trump is not for us. He's not for anybody. Donald Trump is for Donald Trump. The only reason he's trying to get back into the White House is so he can stay out of prison. That's it. I hear people saying, well, Kamala claims she's going to do this and do that and all that. And, well, if she's going to do that, why doesn't she do it now? Let's go back to Civics 101. She's the fucking vice president. She's not the president. She doesn't set policy. Her job is to carry out the policies of the sitting president. Period. Now, once she's elected and she becomes president, then she can set her policy and execute her policies and hopefully get things done. But like I said previously, she's not going to be able to accomplish anything if she doesn't have strong support from Congress and the entire Congress. That means the House of Representatives and the Senate. So this time around, Democrats need to increase their lead in the Senate, and Democrats need to take over the House of Representatives, and they need to take over with a commanding victory, a commanding majority, in order for Kamala to be able to actually get things done. Joe Biden got a lot of stuff done. He really did. I heard a friend of mine earlier today complaining about infrastructure. Infrastructure is being worked on. Do you not go anywhere? Do you not travel? Do you not see the work that's being done on our roads? There's a lot of road construction going on. Right here in St. Lucie County, there was a massive construction increase. All these warehouses that went up, and so many new small businesses have opened up. It's it's incredible, because let me tell you something. When I first came to Fort Pierce, for years, for like the last 15 or 20 years, Fort Pierce has been not progressing anywhere, because the good old boys had their foot on our necks trying to keep things from coming here, trying to keep progress from happening. But now finally, the downtown area has been revitalized. And I know a lot of black folks here are saying, well, that's not for us. Look, knock that bullshit off too. Knock it off. It's for whoever who wants to utilize the services. You just need to take your ass down there and patronize the businesses. Yeah, there's not a lot of black-owned businesses, but you know what? I haven't met a lot of black folks here that are motivated to start businesses. They like to do a lot of bullshit, a lot of nigga type shit, you know, running gambling houses and bullshit like that. Knock it off. We need real businesses. Not only that, we in the black community, for some reason, we glorify bullshit. Athletes, entertainers. We need to be lifting up our bankers and our doctors and our lawyers and, you know, and real business people that are really trying to, you know, bring jobs to the community. One of the things I hate when I drive around the community is a lot of these corner stores. All the corner stores are owned by foreigners. And I'm not mad at them because they own it. I'm mad at the black community that they're in because the black community readily accepts them. But as soon as a black man or black woman tries to open up a business, they're immediately put out of business because black folks are always looking for the hookup. And we have some very cool-ass black businesses around here. Some excellent restaurants, you know, because we love to eat. We love to eat, but it's crazy because I go into them and it's mostly white folks in there ordering food. But I hear black folks in the neighborhoods talking about them. Oh, that food really ain't that good. What's with the jealousy? What's with the envy? Black folks are like crabs in a bucket. Holding each other down. Don't hold me down. Lift me up. If I'm trying to do something, lift me up. Congratulate me. Pat me on the back. I don't want to be held down. God knows I've done plenty trying to lift up young brothers and sisters around here in this community. And some of them have gone on to lead very successful careers. And some have not. But it all comes down to the choices that they made and the effort they put forth in bettering themselves and getting ahead. But anyway, back to the topic. The storm is out of here, so now it's going to be some months. You know, it's going to take months to clean this mess up. I really feel the pain of those over on the west coast of Florida because they got hit with a double ass whammy. You know, two major hurricanes, you know, and within 2 weeks. That shit's crazy. The flooding is ridiculous on the West Coast. It really is. But again, I was freaking amazed at what hit us here in St. Lucie County with the spawn of tornadoes, man. We've never had tornadoes like that here. I mean, some of these tornadoes were huge. They were massive. There's a picture of one wedge tornado, man. That thing looked like it was damn near as big as the whole county. That thing was crazy. And let me tell you something. Tornadoes are scary. That's something you never want. If you've never experienced a tornado, let me tell you, it's not something that you want to experience. There is no thrill in that shit. Especially when it's barreling down on your property, on your home, or if you're in a vehicle and you're headed towards it and there's nowhere to go. Let me tell you, that shit is not fun at all. But it's going to take some time. We got to clean this place up and keep on moving forward because if we just give up, that's not going to be good for anybody. But thank you to everybody that sent out well wishes, you know. I know all you could do. I didn't expect anybody to come running, to rescue us or anybody here in the area. All you could do is sit back and watch and hope for the best, just like we did. We just hoped for the best. And for a lot of us, it turned out, not so bad. But for many woke up this morning to nothing. They lost everything. They lost everything, and they need help. There are a lot of people, not just here in Florida, but still in North Carolina. North Carolina is probably going to take them a few years to clean up that mess and get back to some sort of normalcy. I know New Orleans never came back to 100% after Hurricane Katrina. A lot of people left New Orleans and never came back. They were done. They were like, fuck it, I can't go through that again. And I ain't mad at them. It is not fun, to go through something like that. And it's not easy to come back from something like that. But we got to keep on moving forward regardless. And if you know somebody that's having a tough time, reach out and help them out. But most importantly, man, if you hear somebody around you spitting out the bullshit, the conspiracy theories, and tell them to shut the hell up with that. Just knock it off, because it doesn't help anybody. But that's all I got to say for tonight. Sunday, log on, Crazy Baby TV World, right here on YouTube. And catch the live show, our regular weekly show at 9 p.m. I'll be looking forward to seeing you. And we are out of here. All right? Catch y'all in a couple of days. All right? Peace. Y'all have fun and be safe.